Hello and welcome to another episode of Ask Grimm. Yeah, it's been about a month. Hopefully nothing cursed/stupid happens this time on my end, because if I'm not late by several months, I'm late by a day, or, with the last episode, even though I specifically filtered the comments by those with questions, I still missed questions that I ended up answering in the comments section for those curious. So thanks, YouTube. Even though this feature was specifically designed to filter only the questions to show, yeah, it didn't show every question, even though they had the criteria for it. Thanks. But hopefully nothing goes bad this time. I'm on episode 6. 6 is my favorite and lucky number. Let's begin. And thank you once again to everyone who asked your questions. Okay, the world's worst channel you've ever seen asks, favorite music genre? For me, it's a tie between rock and metal. I really like that stuff. It's good energy. Radiates good energy, basically. So I would say that. 2. How would you rank each JoJo part? So I'm only up to part 6. I've seen bits of 8 and a couple of sections of 7, thanks to DOE meme. But in order, so least favorite to favorite. Stone Ocean. Following that is Stardust Crusaders. Funny enough, both of them involve Jotaro in some sense, which is depressing, because Jotaro is one of my favorite JoJos, but anyways. Following that would be probably part 1. After that would be part 5, then part 4, and then part 2. Part 2 is a really good part. It's still one of my favorites. Number 3. Are you straight, gay, or bi? You don't have to answer the last one if you don't want to. Oh, it's no issue at all. I appreciate answering it regardless. To answer your question, I'm bi. The reason, though, I haven't been public about it, at least on my YouTube, is because I don't think I need to really say anything about it. It doesn't really matter to me in the grand scheme of things. I'm in a healthy relationship with the woman I love and hold dear to my heart. I have really good friends. I'm making content for people, which I enjoy doing, and my life is relatively okay. Me coming out / discovering that I'm bi hasn't really changed anything for me. It was nice. It's a closure thing, and it certainly answers a lot of questions about myself, which is fantastic. But there's a reason I haven't made a video on it during Pride Month or the like, because in the grand scheme of things, it's a nice detail for me to know, but it's not a big deal in the end for me. I'm sure for many, though, it is a big deal to them, and I have no issue with people who make videos coming out, because that takes a lot of courage too. And I'm sure it is a big deal to them. To me and my sexuality, though, it's not. That's why I haven't been public about it, because I feel it doesn't really change anything with me. I'm still this big dumb idiot / lovable idiot, depending, that just loves making content for everybody. And that's basically why. But yes, I am bi, and I do appreciate you asking this question. I very much appreciate it. Thank you. Nico Safer1 asks, have you watched Alex the Critic defends video on Mr. Enter? No, but I've seen a lot of people talking about it, and Alex is an idiot. Shock. Matt27 asks, which, if any, Final Fantasy games have you played besides 1, 7, and 9? Outside of those 3, I haven't played any Final Fantasy games. Kill9000Jin567 asks, how underrated is Mighty the Armadillo and Ray the Flying Squirrel from the Sonic franchise? I'd say they're pretty underrated. And they have lovable designs. They're cute. But yeah, I'd say they're pretty underrated, though I'm glad that, thanks to Sonic Mania Plus, they're given a little bit more limelight. That's a great line read. They're given a lot more limelight. Number 2, did you watch Char-I-Fi's video Sonic Forces Rewritten? Yes, I have. I saw it during my, not my feed, but in the related video section. It was fine. I don't think it would have made Forces' story one of the best Sonic stories, but I think it would have been just fine, or worked well enough. But yes, I have watched it. It was fine. Number 3, any thoughts on Surreys? I haven't actually seen Surreys, so I can't really say much about that. From what I've looked into, they seem like an interesting person, but that's about it. GeorgeLPO asks, favorite game that you always come back to play? Ooh, really good one. Kingdom Hearts 2 is one, just did a randomizer of that a while back. I think Wind Waker's another one. Ocarina of Time is another one. Pokemon, definitely. Probably more so Gold and Silver, just because those ones are a little bit quicker to go through. I guess overall, though, Kingdom Hearts 2 is a really good time sink. Oh, Persona 4 is another really good one. I just realized that. But I would say Kingdom Hearts 2. Number 2. Any thoughts on Gilbert Gottfried? Wonderful actor. It still hurts that he's gone. Atreas Licok asks, Number 1. Did you prefer the original or the remastered Spyro the Dragon? The thing is, I can't really talk much about the original Spyro the Dragon in modern day because I haven't played the PlayStation versions outside of when I was a child. I've played the remastered versions, and Spyro 2 is great, but the other two Spyro games are not that great. But I can't legitimately answer this question in good faith, because the only games I have a more modern experience with, / a more current experience with, is with the Reignited trilogy. Maybe one day, though, I'll go back and play the PlayStation versions and see what I think about those. But for now, I can't give an honest opinion. Number 2, thoughts on Kamen Rider. I do not like Kamen Rider, and the fact that they're still trying to do really, really toxic shit is disgusting. I don't like them, basically. Darth Death Killer 09 asks, have you played the Fire Emblem-inspired video game Triangle Strategy? No, I haven't. Number 2, whatever happened to Dark Scythe / Nicholism? I have no idea, honestly. I think they made a couple of videos a few years ago regarding Just a Robot, and then that was it. I have no idea what they're up to nowadays. Number 3, favorite 80s anime music track? Probably the opening to the second series of Hokuto no Ken / Fist of the North Star, Tough Boy. Really good stuff. Dark Goofy from WW2 / World War II asks, favorite Goofy short? Honestly, the closest I would say is probably Foul Hunting. The only other Goofy short I've seen, and even then I have to put an asterisk on, was from House of Mouse with the key scene, where Goofy was trying to find the right key, and I don't even think that was a Goofy short, so the closest I can think of is probably Foul Hunting. CaptainFlamingoFan asks, thoughts on General Johnny Ree, formerly known as Mega Dupe, Ultimate Ranter, Katoons, and Broman. I don't know what he's up to nowadays, or what they're up to nowadays. I didn't like them back in the day. They probably haven't changed, but I can't give an honest opinion of it because I haven't seen their modern content. But as for how Mega Dupe was back when I knew them, not a fan, but maybe they changed since then. Number 2, have you played any of the Humongous Entertainment games as a kid? Absolutely. Freddy Fish was a really good one. Pajama Sam. Really good stuff. AngryCowboy asks, least favorite episode from your favorite cartoon? My least favorite episode probably might have been the Darkseid finale, but only because at the time I didn't watch many of the other series in the, Bruce Timm animated universe or the DC animated universe. So it just didn't feel like as big of a deal to me watching it when I was younger, but much like the last couple of questions, I can't give an honest / modern take on it properly because I haven't seen it in a long time. But I would assume that, or maybe that one Powerpuff Girls episode where they have no powers, that was pretty stupid. But outside of that, probably the Darkseid two-parter for Unlimited. Ant ASD asks, any thoughts on Vosh? Not really. I haven't watched much of their content or any other content, so I can't really give much of an opinion. They exist. That's basically it. Whatever happened to MSkull01? Apparently they went off the deep end, but I haven't heard what happened to them in years, so for all I know, maybe they got out of that craziness and are just doing okay or just vibing. Number 3, favorite FPS game? Ooh, that's a good one. Probably Doom 2016. I love the Doom series, so I would probably answer with that. Sister Bay Bob Zero asks, cats or dogs? I do like huskies / wolves, but that's technically a different breed / subspecies of dog. I would probably answer with cats. Number 2, have you played Brain Dead 13? No, I haven't, but it looks interesting. Sexy Foxy Lady Commando number 123 asks, any thoughts on Putin's statement about him getting cancelled like J.K. Rowling? Stupid. It's flat out stupid. Number 2, what are your favorite hilarious glitches in video games?
Real cat, no.
I don't think that was supposed to happen.
They're doing their version of the cha-cha slide. That's what they're doing. To the left.
Take it back now, y'all.
One robot dropped. Two robots dropped.
Come forth, Beta.
It crashed the game.
Crash the game. Crash the game.
Commando Big Lady Officer asks, any thoughts on CSI TV series? I haven't watched CSI, so I can't really say. Girl AHJ asks, worst episodes from the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. Ooh, it's a good one. I mean, there's a bunch of episodes from the Orichalco saga and the Dart saga, but if I were to only apply this to non-filler series, not a big fan of the Kaiba versus Yugi fight in Duelist Kingdom, like the one where they're on the roof. That just is too stupid even for the series itself, which is saying a lot considering how many rule breaks the Millennium/Duelist Kingdom had. There's a reason I didn't include that fight in my list of favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels, because it's so stupid.
So the two lights won't match equally and the body will start to rot! Judge! My ultimate dragon is starting to rot! No.
Number 2. Favorite DBZA jokes.
Why does he keep kicking me in the dick?
Number 3. Any thoughts on Fire Emblem Heroes? I played it back in the day. It was fine, but it just wasn't my thing in the end. It was also a huge time sink, I've noticed, just because there's a lot of stuff to do and a lot of gems to grind for a slim chance at a PNG. But then again, I say this, yet I'm playing Pokemon Masters EX, so it's go figure. But it's fine. Number 4. Have you played American McGee's Alice in Wonderland games? No, but I've heard really good things about it, so as of now, no, but maybe in the future. Jim Kourtoullopollos asks, have you watched any of Summoning Salt's content? I believe I've seen their Metroid speedruns and the Pokemon ones, but that's about it. Omega Surfer Fanboy 2000 asks, thoughts on the Animaniacs revival? It's fine. Not really my cup of tea, but then again, I wasn't the biggest fan of Animaniacs back in the day, so there you go. Number 2, have you watched Eek the Cat? No, I have not. Robotototodo. Any thoughts on Dosa Buckley? Love Dosa Buckley's content. Funny, to the point, good stuff. I like this content. Fan-Boi X Jr. asks, what are the best and worst changes with a movie of book adaptation? I guess some of the best changes is when they take out a lot of the fluff from the original material that doesn't amount to anything. That's good. I will, however, argue that the worst changes is changes that make the original material look worse / story look worse. Number 2, any thoughts on Nero's Cube? He exists. I haven't seen him in years, so I don't know what he's up to. Maybe he's improved since then, maybe he hasn't. I got no idea. Number 3, favorite music? Metal / rock. Outside of that, favorite song? Time of Dying by 3 Days Grace. Number 4, what is the hardest indie game you have played? Does Katana Zero count? Then again, that one was hard and also absolutely garbage. Not because of the difficulty, mind you, but because effectively so much in that game just did not work. Like the rolling, even though I executed the commands correctly and on time, did not work properly. Or when I hit a button to deflect the bullet, it just did not operate / work. So I would say Katana Zero, if that is an indie game. MarvelSquirrelBoyFan asks, do you have any Bionicle and watched their movies? I've heard of Bionicle, but I never collected them, nor have I seen any of the movies. They look cool though. Okay, I'm probably gonna butcher this, and I'm sorry for this. Elenh Karakiou asks, favorite Sonic song? I'm a sucker for What I'm Made Of by Crush 40. Really good stuff. BlaCkNuurseVVitchUI asks, will there be a special episode of What If David Grimm was in Pokemon? Yes, I have plans to cover the Isle of Armor and Crown Tundra DLC. It's just a matter of me getting around to it and also other factors. Any thoughts on Angry Joe? He's fine. Not really anything great nowadays, but not the worst. He's alright. Princess Fan Lady asks, any thoughts on H3H3 Productions? He exists. Don't really watch much of his content. Number 2, did you ever watch The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog? Oh yeah, really good stuff back in the day, but I don't know if it holds up because I haven't seen it in a long time. Number 3, underrated Yu-Gi-Oh character. Tristan was good, Joey of course, so I'd probably say between Joey and Tristan.
My voice gives me bitches.
Fangirl Poison Ivy Girl Fan asks, favorite Disney song? It's either a tie between How Far I'll Go from Moana or We Don't Talk About Bruno. Number 2, any thoughts on YouTube Poops? I love YouTube Poops, good stuff. And the final set of questions comes from Mega Harley Quinn Fangirl. Number 1, are you aware of what Mecha Random 42 said on her Twitter about the Texas school shooting? Okay, so for this question / answer, I'm not showing the screenshots out of respect for the victims. But effectively, Mecha Random said, I don't care about the shootings or the people who died, which is disgusting. So, I'm aware of it, and what they said is disgusting. And the final question from Mega Harley Quinn Fangirl is, do you think that EDP and Chris Chan will recover from what they've done? Nope. They did irreversible damage to their careers / lives. and they only have themselves to blame. And with that, that is all the questions, hopefully. I hope I didn't miss any this time. So, yeah, thank you all so much for asking your questions. I really do appreciate it. And I'll hopefully see you next month for the next episode of Ask Grimm. Until then, I'm David Grimm, and thank you for watching.